Hey, let's talk about something pretty serious here. Getting your first job after college. You have spent a fortune, more money than you actually thought possible on getting your degree, and now you go out there into the world to get your first real job, start your career. You are so eager and excited, and then what happens? You have interview after interview, or you find yourself at these jobs that really aren't all that you want them to be, and you're wondering, why is this so hard? Or why do they expect me to have experience when I've been in college? So today I wanted to go through the tips and steps that I used to get my first big girl job after college and launch my career. If you haven't been to my channel before, my name is Abbi J. I am a life coach and a public speaker, and my mission is to help you succeed. So let's help you get your very first job out of college. Now, the first tip I have for you is probably the most important when it comes to getting that first job out of college, is to be prepared. Now, I know you've been hounded by your professors, by your mother, by your grandmother to have that resume all freshened up. But getting that first job, you'll notice, is harder than getting like that second or third job, because you are really fresh, you're really green, you don't have a lot of experience to fall back on. And if you look around at your graduating class, those are your competitors. And it's a little bit scary to think that way. So not only do you need a super sharp resume, you need a cover letter that you can easily edit to be authentic to each job posting. You need to make sure that you are practicing job interviews, that you have a go-to outfit. Like, don't leave anything to chance, and start to be really prepared in, I have my resume ready on a dime, I have some papers and examples I can give people, because they're going to ask for it. And you are needing to look extra sharp and extra prepared to distinguish yourself from all of the other graduates, because yes, I know you're special, your mother knows you're special, but that job recruiter does not. And there is hardly any difference between you and the next candidate. So make sure you're prepared so that you have that edge over the next person. My second tip for you is to find experience. Now, I totally get you go into that job interview and the first thing they ask, or the first thing they have you put on that online form before you even get an in-person interview is, what experience do you have? Now, I totally understand. You have been in college. I bet a lot of you have been doing nonstop school. Maybe you've had a part-time job working at McDonald's, but that has nothing to do with engineering or teaching or what you're trying to accomplish. But I'm here to tell you that you can find experience. And how you find it is by looking at places other people wouldn't think to. What amazing assignments, senior projects, group assignments have you been working on that you can pull valuable experiences and stories from, that show that yes, you really do know how to write a news release, that yes, you really do know how to control a classroom? Because one thing about college is they do give you the steps that you need to find that next job. And to a lot of people, it's not really obvious, because yeah, I haven't spent the last year actually doing experience that relates to my job, but I've done a million little assignments that do that. And I can show you and share with you stories of times that I've used the skills that you need in this job, even if it wasn't a direct correlation. So this is when you really need to be an investigator in yourself and look at what you have accomplished in other jobs, whether or not it's related. You can take something like waitressing and relate that to marketing and communications and to teaching, even to like handling people and being a manager. Because you are interacting with people, you have to handle sticky situations, you have to handle upset people, and that speaks volumes about you, and that, my friend, is real experience. My third tip for you is to not be deterred by fake jobs. What do I mean by fake jobs? Well, I mean that when you have your degree, and it can be a bachelor's, a master's, and associates, like, you are very qualified for these positions that you're going for, but you might face rejection. You might realize that it's harder than you thought to get a job. The job market might be really scarce that year. You start to think that maybe I'll never get a job. And that's when these other companies start to prey on young college students, and you hear that your friend is going to go do a sales job. It's only commission. They only have you work like crazy hours. These are what I call fake jobs, because they're not a job that you want for your long-term career. And I don't want you to be deterred by those. I'll never forget my husband, we were dating, and he was so excited. He felt like he got this amazing marketing manager job. But when he went to his first day, it was door-to-door sales. And I don't even know the connection they made with marketing manager, but that was a complete lie. That wasn't what he was doing. He was doing door-to-door sales. And while that is an awesome job for some people, if that's not the job that like speaks to you and you want your career in, don't feel like you have to take it. And I feel like a lot of college students get sucked into this idea of, oh, I'll take it, I'll get experience, it's the only job I can get, I need the money. Don't get deterred by that and stay focused on these jobs that really will make you happy, because you're going to be spending 8 hours or more there. So make sure this is something you want to do, and don't get sucked into these jobs that promise you instant money or that they will take you instantly without an interview. Stay focused on those golden jobs. They are out there. My fourth and last tip for you is to don't be afraid to make personal connections. Now, yes, you have heard nonstop that you should be networking, and nothing scared me more in college than the thought of networking. And I went to one networking event, and it was just, I was so cold, you know, shaking people's hands and saying, hi, my name's Abby, I'm a graduate, blah, blah, blah. And it just felt so fake and unnecessary and not real, and it didn't get me any sort of job. Now, I'm not dissing networking for you. Maybe you're amazing at it. But for most of us, we get really nervous. So use the resources you have, because that's where organic networking starts. It's not you just walking up to strangers at a dinner party. It's you texting your friend and saying, hey, I just graduated with my marketing degree. It seems like you really like your job. Please let me know if your company's hiring. I'd love to see if they have a position for me. When you post to the whole world and fill out those internet job sites where you're just like, you're a shot of one of a million to get this job, because there are 100 other college students doing the exact same thing. And yes, some of those will pan out for you, but the jobs that people tend to get out of college are ones they had a personal connection at. So maybe your neighbor owns a company, maybe they know somebody. Start asking around in really genuine ways, and it's not like you're thrusting yourself at them, but just say, hey, you know what, I'm in the market for a new job. Let me know if you hear anything, or let me know if your company is hiring. Don't be afraid to make an in-person connection, because we're so digital that we sometimes forget that that is the very best way to get a job. Well, there you have it. Those are my top tips for getting a job right out of college. And yes, I use these tips and they worked for me. I graduated on a Friday and I started my job on Monday. So please leave a comment below. Let me know if you liked this video, if you want more like it. I've done some college videos in the past, and I will link those in the description below. And just because you stayed to the end, I have a very special free offer for you. It's my guide to 10 days to a more powerful you. And be sure to hit that in the description below as well. If you haven't yet subscribed so you don't miss any of my videos, and I will see you in the next one, and I wish you good luck on that job search. So, Abbi J out.